Live from Fargo and serving you on TV, online, and on the go. This is Valley News Live at 10.
A warning tonight for pet owners. Animal experts are urging people to stay away from the Christmas-themed rawhides that you can find in most stores this time of year. They say these treats can hurt your beloved pet. Valley News Team's Melanie Palmer investigates to see what makes these treats more dangerous than others.
These guys here, these would be a fantastic substitute.
It's a tempting purchase for a lot of pet owners around the holidays, and it's usually pretty cheap. That's Christmas-themed rawhide chews. But animal experts want you to find something else to stuff your pet's stocking with this year.
There could be rubber bands in the food. There could be chemicals.
Brittany Anderson is the manager at Natural Pet Center in Fargo. She also is a pet owner.
I have a little pug.
And she says she sees a lot of stores selling cheap rawhides for dogs this time of year. But she says that $1 treat could leave you with a hefty vet bill.
It may cause digestive upset. It may cause problems down the road. It might get lodged in their tummies too, because rawhide, of course, isn't digestible.
Anderson says the brands you can find in grocery stores aren't always regulated like they should be.
A lot of it is made in China as well, so that's a huge thing to look out for, because of course the regulations in China are completely different from the regulations here in the States.
So what can you do? How can you make sure that stocking stuffer for your pet is safe for them to eat? Anderson tells us to check the ingredients and where the food comes from.
If you look on the back of it and it says it's made of chicken, it's probably made of chicken. If you're looking on the back of it and it says chicken on the front and you look on the back and you're like, I don't recognize any of the ingredients. A lot of the times there's a lot of products that they may say made with real chicken, but you look on the back and the ingredients are everything but chicken.
And of course, there are other gift options for your pet that you could find before the big day. In Fargo, Melanie Palmer, Valley News Live.
A veterinarian we talked with tells us intestinal issues from these treats can happen but are rare. And it's not just these festive treats that can put your pets at risk around the holidays. A study says the number of dogs being poisoned from chocolate spikes in the lead up to Christmas. A task force in Minnesota wants lawmakers to overhaul how police respond to sexual assault cases. The group issued a 47-page report today that makes recommendations for the upcoming legislative session. They include improving investigations with mandatory standards, a focus on including victims, and establishing a statewide coordinating council on sex crimes. Minnesota Attorney General Lori Swanson assembled the task force after a newspaper investigation found widespread lapses in how sexual assault cases are handled. Police cars and an ambulance gathered outside Cheyenne High School this morning for the school's second lockdown in 2 weeks. No one was hurt during either lockdown. Students who were inside the building today tell us they heard banging and shouting. West Fargo school leaders say during an administrative lockdown, teachers will close their classroom doors and keep students out of the hallway. The high school sent emails out to parents explaining what happened during that lockdown, though several parents have said they didn't get the message. If you didn't get an alert, contact your child's school and have your email address added to your child's record. Temps reached a whopping 40 degrees today for a lot of us, and now it looks like we've got snow in our future. But first things first, Hutch, how's the weather looking overnight and tomorrow morning?
Well, this evening we're seeing just a few clouds start to build in up north and out to the west. The radar is starting to indicate a mixed bag of precipitation in that direction. It's still 40 degrees, however, in the Minot area, with temperatures here hovering in the 20s and low 30s as we head into the overnight hours. It looks like this precipitation band will be pushing through the valley as we go into the very early hours of the morning. Although it's not going to be very heavy, we could still see some slippery sidewalks and side streets. So give yourself just a little extra time first thing in the morning. Tomorrow brings change. I'll have details on how things will be shifting here in our weather pattern in a few minutes.
All right, thank you, Hutch. 17 vehicles were hit by vandals over the weekend in Fergus Falls, and now police want your help tracking down the people responsible. The Fergus Falls Daily Journal is reporting that at least one vehicle window was shot out by a BB gun. The incidents happened on the northwest side of town between Friday night and Sunday night. You can call police if you have any information. A case of pertussis, or whooping cough, has been confirmed in northwestern Minnesota, one student at Park Rapids High School. And while the number of confirmed cases this year is lower in both Minnesota and North Dakota compared to last year, whooping cough is still a harmful disease.
Symptoms can start off with a cold. So basically kind of the low-grade fever, perhaps, the sneezing and coughing. The difference being that with pertussis is that will prolong.
Doctors recommend you see a physician if you or a family member are coughing for 2 weeks or more. If you need help uncovering an issue in your community, call our whistleblower hotline, 237-6576. You can leave your tip, and then we'll do our best to get to the bottom of it. Governor Doug Burgum is going bold on mental health initiatives. His $19.1 million proposal, which includes changing Medicaid expansion reimbursement rates, is drawing support and criticism. Supporters say it's the most robust behavioral package ever proposed. Those against it are saying the intentions are right, but the funding formula is not. Andrew Horn breaks down their positions.
North Dakota has a challenge in access, quality, and costs of health care.
State government and healthcare entities all recognize the state's behavioral health problems. They can't agree if changing Medicaid expansion should be the solution.
We are putting the reimbursement level at the same level as traditional Medicaid.
We're giving up $175, $180 million in federal funds.
DHS says North Dakota pays more than any other state for the 22,000 Medicaid expansion enrollees. Their goal is to bring it in-house and change the fee rates to save the state around $20 million, which they'll reinvest into behavioral health initiatives.
When this administration came in, he said, look at where there's gaps in services and look at where there's administrative efficiencies to be found. And that's what we've done.
By making this change, again, we're giving up $200 million, and that's going to impact the healthcare infrastructure in the state.
It's more than hospitals who are concerned. Ryan Messer with the Heartview Foundation says the changing structure could reduce their reimbursements anywhere from 15 to 25%.
We're looking at expanding into a new facility, and we're going to add 16 residential beds as well as some short-term recovery housing. Taking away that amount of reimbursement from us would severely impact our ability to continue with that project.
The NDHA says Medicaid expansion coverage won't be affected. For NBC North Dakota News, I'm Andrew Horn.
The Department of Human Services director says the changes were proposed last session but didn't make it through. The Liquor Control Board is scheduled to hear a proposal tomorrow night on a new way to help bars in the Valley be responsible. The program is called POLD, Place of Last Drink. It's an effort to keep track of locations where people last consumed alcohol when they're involved in incidents like DUIs and assaults. Through data, officers are able to find patterns, helping law enforcement zero in on establishments that might need to lower the amount of times a person is served, which can be used against them when reviewing liquor licenses. The Place of Last Drink program is already in place in Excelsior, Minnesota, where officials say they think it has made bartenders pay more attention to the people they're serving. Amazon's holiday free shipping promotion ends tomorrow, so shoppers better hurry up to get in on the free shipping no minimum purchase offer. The deal was slated to end on December 14th, but Amazon extended it until tomorrow for all customers. Amazon says orders will arrive in time for Christmas. It's been a perk previously reserved just for Amazon Prime members, but time is ticking down.